This video is a continuation of previous one where we discovered new and updated features in the new version of Marine Bot for Global Warfare 1.5. So next new feature is an ability to call in resupply. Something that a radio specialist player class can do based on the team score. This means that every 20 points allow one resupply. The bots don't do this on their own. But a radio specialist will call in resupply if you use a radio command, "I need ammo." Of course, the game has to allow it. Then the bot will reply either negative or announce the resupply is inbound, and the box will drop into the landing zone. As you can see, the reply can take a while, and this is because if the radio specialist is in a helicopter or the APC, then the radio commands cannot be used. The bot won't forget about it though and will reply and call in the resupply if possible as soon as he deboards the transport. Speaking of transport vehicles, Global Warfare has 2 rocket launchers that can be used to destroy the transports. But the usage is pretty awkward where you cannot select other weapons when you carry one of the launchers. Also, you can only pick up the launcher if you are crouched. And finally, you would have to survive the journey all across the map to use it at enemy transport. Therefore, Marine Bot will always immediately drop these weapons. Another reason why the launchers are pretty useless is fact that the landing zones have a protection in a form of mini turrets that automatically target enemy players. By default, these turrets cannot be destroyed. However, the new Marine Bot allows you to either change the turrets to be destructible or remove them altogether. Both commands work as static switches or persistent settings if you will, which means they will keep the setting through the map change or its restart. So you don't have to activate them again on a new map. They work on dedicated server too. This also means that you can add them to the binding section in the configuration file, and they will activate automatically as you start the game. Next is a crucial change of marine bot stance management mechanics. In global warfare, if you go prone on a sloped terrain, then you will get stuck in the ground. Actually, it's when you try to stand up you will fall through the ground without any way how to resume standard movement. The bots had to commit suicides in these cases as they simply ran out of all options how to get free. Luckily Vaz came with a solution. He found out that unlike other mods, global warfare allows you to go prone from crouched stance, which won't make you stuck in the ground later on when you stand up again. Big thank you to Vaz for another huge help. Marine bot source code had to undergo a few changes, because as said this combination of stances normally doesn't work, and it can actually cause problems when the bots try to do that. Anyways, now the bots in global warfare can go prone anywhere without the risk of getting stuck and inability to resume. All because of this crouch and prone combination that Vaz discovered. Yet again, thank you for the help. The system of waypoints triggers is something that allows Marine bot play the maps smart, if used correctly. Therefore, the new version of Marine bot for global warfare must have it fully working too. Improved options for the capture message checking tool make designing the triggers easier for the waypoints creators. The update to this tool was basically a must because global warfare doesn't send all game messages to the bots. Now this updated checking tool will give you all the info you need to create the triggers and the waypoints. As you can see with this tool, you can easily find which messages do the bots receive and which not. An earlier version of this tool in Marine bot for Day of Defeat gave you only the capture messages. But as said, here we have improved version that can be used even for the messages related to the capturable items and other game objectives that send you some message. So you shouldn't have any problem with planning and using the triggers on any map in global warfare. People who have tried global warfare know that a map named D_Citadel can cause a crash to desktop. After some research using the trial and error method, the most probable source of these crashes is a combination of two factors. First, this map is large and has a lot of eye candy, so it seems the map is very close to a limit on entity count. And second is the way how does global warfare spawn the players to the game, where it creates couple additional entities for each player. Those entities will be destroyed later on, but for a period of time they do increase the total count of entities in the game. Of course, Half-Life Engine has various limits and total amount of entities is one of them. So if multiple clients need to be spawned to the game in a short time, the engine runs out of resources, and this makes the game crash to desktop with an error message that supports this theory. The new version of MarineBot for Global Warfare has a solution now. Basically, the bots will spawn really slow on this particular map, no matter which way you will use to add them to the game. This will give Global Warfare enough time to destroy all the additional entities it has to create for spawning players. In other words, the entities that were created for one bot will be gone before the addition of the next bot. This way, the game engine won't run out of resources and the game won't crash. This solution works well only when you play alone on your own computer, where MarineBot has full control on when the next client, a bot in this case, will enter the game. However, on a dedicated server, MarineBot cannot prevent human players from joining the game, so the game will continue to crash on this map. This video will end with something that isn't totally positive. If you are familiar with MarineBot, you know that you are allowed to use custom name for MarineBot's folder. This is something that is part of the code for quite a while and works fine in both Firearms as well as Day of Defeat. However, Global Warfare for Windows keeps crashing if you try to use anything else besides default, marine_bot, or the one-word version without the underscore character, which is just MarineBot. What is even more weird is that the Linux server build of Global Warfare works well. As you can see in this picture that has been taken on Linux dedicated server, there is no problem with custom folder name at all. So it seems that the Windows version of Global Warfare probably has some memory leak issue that results in a crash when you try to use the custom name. Anyways, the new version of MarineBot for Global Warfare is at the time of recording this video in the final testing. So based on when you are watching this video, it's either close to release or already available for download, and you can enjoy the game with the bots. Thanks for watching.